Let's fucking roll.
So awesome to see you all perform. I can't wait to see you all this weekend at Chomp and Stomp.
We are really
Cabbagetown.
pumped for that.
What time are y'all performing?
We are 4 o'clock on the Carroll Street stage.
Okay, I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, we got full hour too. So
Okay, awesome. I'll be ready to jig.
yeah,
Yep.
jig and reel.
I want to start with talking about the band. Like, where did you come up with the idea of the band? How did you all meet and get started?
That's a Jeff question.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I had I've moved around a little bit. I was in a really fun band of this style in Buffalo called the Pug Mahones. And then I moved to Louisiana and I had sort of more of a Irish trad band. And when I moved to Boston, I put something on Craigslist just saying, you know, fiddle and mandolin player specializes in Irish music, but I can kind of play whatever. And within 24 hours of that Craigslist post, I literally had hundreds of people asking if I wanted to be in their band. I'm like, I can't even consider anybody past this time. I'm going to sift through these and find. So I ended up in two great bands, the Gobshites and the Poor Men up there. But when I moved down here, I literally copy-pasted that exact same Craigslist post and got 0 responses, not a single one.
Wow.
Yeah,
So I realized...
Craigslist.
There's not much in the way of Irish music in Atlanta right now. I mean, there is
right.
now, but there
there wasn't. So I sort of realized that, well, there's a market for this, and I've got a lot of experience in this area, and I know a shitload of songs. Mm-hmm. So I changed the Craigslist post to who wants to join an Irish band instead of who has an Irish band that needs this member. And we've had some people rotating in and out. Ty's been with us, I think, 2020 or 2021, thereabouts.
Yeah, something like that.
But we've been going strong. It'll actually be 10 years in February or April, whether you want to count our first open mic to see if we liked it, or April was our first real gig at the old Masquerade. Was our first real gig.
The old Masquerade.
Yeah.
It's going to collapse on your head Masquerade.
Yeah. I drive by it every day.
Single tear rolling down your cheek.
Where was that first open mic?
So Eddie's Attic does a competitive open mic, I think once a month on Mondays. Mm-hmm. And so at the time it was just 3 of us, and I wanted to sort of, as a bit of a test balloon, just be like, how are people going to respond to this? Is this something that's going to fly? How are we gelling as a band? Let's force ourselves to have 3 songs ready to go and perform them on stage for some people. And it went well, and 2 months later, we had our first real gig, and we've actually cut back in recent years because before the pandemic, we were 50 to 60 shows a year, and we're all day jobbers. So, 50 to 60 shows a year is nothing if you're a professional musician, but for people that have to go to work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, it was a bit much. So now we do about in the 30 to 40 range. We go out on tour, a proper tour once a year. And then some smaller, like I was just saying, we did Bonnaroo with our friends Ray and the Ragdolls, who are going to be in here momentarily.
Yes.
So
Bonnaroo's not small.
No, Bonnaroo is not small. But we didn't have to.
The stage we played was small.
Yeah.
It was the Tiny Van stage. I gotta send y'all a photo of this stage. I have it on my Instagram.
I don't remember seeing that stage. Was it that small?
It was out near the campsites, and like.
It works as a trailer. He can actually fold up the wings and the front, and it
built
compacts into a trailer.
Like built out of wooden decking, and he just tows it behind his van, and that's the stage we played at Bonnaroo. It was super dope. It was, a lot of fucking fun.
Bonnaroo's
now you talk.
Yeah, that was a really, really fun thing to do, and I think that's actually because Daniel. Who books Chomp and Stomp, he was the one who booked that stage at Bonnaroo as well. So I think the Carroll Street stage might be the Tiny Van stage, so you might get to see it on Saturday.
Wow, super cool.
Oh wait,
I want to see it.
We're actually playing the Tiny Van stage
I
again.
think we're playing the Tiny Van stage again. If I'm not, it's too late. I already put it on record. So
yeah, oh.
Yeah, that's super awesome.
If you're not there on Saturday, we played the Tiny Van stage again. That's what we did.
Oh no, they're gonna be there. You're gonna be there.
Well, if they're lame as shit and they missed it. Yeah. Sorry, I bumped the mic stand. If they're lame as shit and they missed it, yes, we played the Tiny Fingers.
So tell me about some other festivals that you played at other than Bonnaroo.
So I was actually just thinking when we got in here, I was reminded of Music Fest, specifically because Brad said that we could swear in here and that we could drink in here. Because the last time we played Music Fest, you know, we get out of the van, and I think the stage manager, it's a 10-day free festival in not Allentown, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, so Lehigh Valley area. Really, really cool festival. We play there about every other year. They love us. They have an Irish pub night that we usually end up playing, and like it's guaranteed pay and guaranteed crowd on like a Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
Which on tour is absolute gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we pull up to the stage with the van and we get out, and the stage manager, Bob, gets a load of us and is immediately like, just so you guys know, you can't swear and you can't drink on stage.
And this was at a festival.
This was at a music festival.
Music festival.
Yeah.
Correct.
I was super excited to attend this festival when you said it was 10 days.
No. You can drink and swear all you like.
Yeah.
We couldn't drink and swear on stage.
On stage.
Okay.
And I thought that was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what my face looked like or what exactly words came out of my mouth, but it was something like "fuck your face." It's like Ricky from Trailer Park Boys. If I can't drink or swear on stage, I'm fucked. Like,
yeah.
But so I asked him, we're not that foul-mouthed. Like, we're joking around now. You know, we do better in a bar than we do at something super family-friendly, because then we really get to let loose and have fun.
Right.
We joke around on stage. I come from the pub scene, right? So I'm really good at, back and forth and talking shit and making it an experience, not just a show. So I'm trying to figure out how we can make this work. And I'm like, well, one of our songs is called Out on My Ass, and it's on the set list. Do you consider ass to be a swear? You can say it on TV now, right? He's like, oh, absolutely not. You cannot say ass. I go, all right, well, our closer is called Drunken Lazy Bastard. Can I say bastard? And he looks me in the eyes and says, I'll have to ask my manager, which is just one of the dumbest things I've ever heard, whether you're allowed to say the word bastard, which is not even a curse on stage at this festival.
Is this dude Mormon or something?
Were you able to do that song? I really wanted to.
He came back, so we started playing. There was also the awkwardness that he insisted that he had to introduce us, but he made us get on stage and sound check, so we had to stand there doing and saying nothing until he was ready to introduce us. Ty almost lost his damn mind. So he comes up, he introduces us, and about third song in, he comes back and he's like, big thumbs up, guys. You're allowed to say bastard. Like he was bringing us the greatest news ever.
That's hilarious.
So, love you, Bob. I hope you're not our stage manager this year, though.
I know. I want to go to that festival, though.
It is really fun. They literally close half of the downtown. It's a little river town, railroad river town, kind of like Atlanta, actually, up in the mountains, and it's 100% free. It's packed every day, all day, because it's a free festival.
Right.
They get really big acts. I think Shinedown was headlining the day we played last time we were there. I know. I can't remember who. So somebody was just on Hot Ones. It might have been Chapel Roan or something. Somebody from the Lehigh Valley, and he asked a question about like, how important was it to you that you got to headline Music Fest? And they're like, oh my God, because I'm from that area, just the idea of headlining that was huge to me.
Yeah, that is awesome. Wow.
We did not headline, for the record, but
No, we did not.
Yeah, right after Chapel Roan, we went on.
Yeah, totally.
What's one of the biggest bands that you've ever performed with or performed by before, opened for?
We haven't played with Dropkick, have we? I think I've done it with. Oh no, we did. You weren't in the band yet. Shamrock Fest in DC. We opened for Dropkick Murphys. We played 2 shows with the Rumjacks, but the Rumjacks are bigger in Europe than they are here.
So why didn't you call me so many years earlier?
I did not know you yet. Believe it, there's a lot about that first generation of the band that I wish was not the way it was.
How did you end up joining the band?
So funny enough, I met everybody in the Muckers through an ex-mucker and an
Oh.
ex-partner.
A mutual enemy.
We're not going to talk about that, but through an ex-partner, they, just knew everybody in the Muckers. We just started just hanging out with them, going to shows, going to, like, they would play at the Fado in Buckhead or whatever, however you pronounce that.
I know what you're talking about.
And they were doing Mucker Thursdays for a while there. And at one point, we went and we were the only ones there. So they played True Believers by the Bouncing Souls, which I fucking love that song. I'm in another band called the Bastard Sons that also covers that song. Took video, sent it to them. Anyway, fast forward, this was pre-pandemic. So, around 2021, around summer of that, spring, summer 2021, me and Jeff have gotten acquainted at this point. I know everybody in the Muckers, and their guitar player had just left the band. And so I get a text from Jeff saying, hey, how would you feel about being the guitar player from the Muckers? I'm like, absolutely, fuck yes. Yeah, let's go. I love these guys. They're super sweet, wholesome motherfuckers, like, great musicians. So I'm happy to be a part of it. I started as the guitar player. Time constraints led me to have to leave the band for a minute after only a few months. And, I walked into practice with a box of donuts.
The appropriate way to break up.
A buddy of mine who's a tattoo artist told me every job I've ever quit, I walk in with a box of donuts. So that's what I did that day.
Oh.
And I'm like, this is because I can't take no more gigs. And then, about 3 to 6 months later or so.
It wasn't long.
No, it really wasn't long. Their drummer at the time, Steve, was dealing with a lot of health issues and was having to basically retire. So they called me back and I'm like, well, I love you guys. I'm not going to say no. Yes, I'll come back as the drummer. So now it's kind of weird. Sometimes I play guitar. Sometimes I play drums.
Yeah.
It's just whoever isn't there.
Mm-hmm.
We're a very, very lucky band in that we have 2 backups. We've got one that plays drums and one that plays bass but can also play guitar.
Yeah,
and so it's really like every time we get a gig, it would take almost an act of God for us to have to say no because we can't.
There are currently a total of 7 Muckers. And you usually see no more than 5 of us on stage at a given time.
Okay.
That's just because, like, he'll just lob gigs at us and, like, whoever can, whoever's able, whoever wants to.
We're usually able to piece together a 5-man roster in time for the show.
Yep.
That's pretty awesome.
Because we've got our guitar player basically has 2 backups because he's got Ty and we can get our backup drummer in, or the backup bassist Chuck can switch to guitar. So it's outside of me and the accordion player. If me and the accordion player can make the gig, we almost certainly can make it work.
Yeah.
He couldn't make today. But
That's
But he'll be
middle
there.
of
We
the
did what
day
we
on
could,
weekday.
Yeah.
He'll be
You got
there
a 2-man
Saturday,
version.
right?
Yes.
Yes.
We will have a full lineup on Saturday.
Awesome.
Yeah, full
Very
5-piece.
Yeah. Who does
Who
all
is
the
playing bass for that one?
We got Randall. It's
Randall,
actually
okay.
it's all core members, no backups. All core members playing the instruments that they are like listed as playing in the band on Saturday.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I've never seen that list.
Well, you're on it.
Hope so.
Do you do all the writing of the songs, or is everybody?
I do most of it. We have a couple of songs. There's a song we did called "No Irish Need Apply" on the last album about the immigrant experience and racism against immigrants, and that's something that Dave, the accordion player, is very passionate about. So he co-wrote the lyrics of that one with me, and then. Day Drinking, which is a song about day drinking. It's sort of everything is just like a 1-2 rhyme scheme, nothing complicated. Like first first line rhymes with the second line, third line rhymes with the fourth line. So I'm just like, send me couplets and I will toss them in here. So I believe Dave and Randall, our bass player, at least wrote a verse or two. Dave wrote the bridge. That's what it was.
Dave wrote the bridge.
Yeah, I mean the lyrics to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Atlanta heat can fry an egg, so find some shade and drink all day. That was Dave.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd love to hear some of the people that inspire you, both of you. Like who's both go.
Well, you got the two most punk rock addicted members of the band in
Very
here.
much so.
Okay.
I would say the Dreadnoughts are very top of my list. They're a Canadian band out of Vancouver. And when I started this band, I wanted to lean a little more that way, which is they do a lot of mix of Eastern European music and West Country UK music and all of these, very interesting mix of genres. But when I got this thing started, I have a bad habit of falling back on what I know so well, and that's Irish music. So I actually wish I want to be the Dreadnoughts when I grow up. And then a lot of folk punk. I just went to Muddy Roots this year, and we played Moonrunners Festival this year, which are probably the two biggest folk punk festivals in the country.
I would say so. I don't know of any bigger or any other folk punk festivals in the country.
Pretty much everybody there, your Tejon Street Corner Thieves and your Amigo the Devils and your Bridge City Sinners. That might be a deep cut for a lot of people, but that's what's spinning on my record player every day.
Okay. What about you?
So I don't know. I've been playing for 20 years probably. I'm 31, so do the math.
Yeah.
I've played in and seen so many bands at this point, so many local bands, so many, basement shows, shit like that, I would say the things that influence me the most are probably people like that. I, real quick, want to give a big shout out to our friends in Taillight Rebellion. Yeah, they definitely influenced me a lot as far as the folk punk stuff goes. As far as folk punk, I mean, I'm a big fan of like Pat the Bunny and Mischief Brew and stuff like that. But yeah, love our Taillight homies. There's a dude, you probably know him, Carl. Carl Illigan.
Oh yeah.
He is pushing 80, and he goes to all of the punk and metal shows in Atlanta.
Everybody in
Everybody
Atlanta
knows
knows
Carl.
Carl.
Yeah. So he told me something. That I will repeat for the rest of my life. And he said, he said anytime somebody asks me what my favorite band is, my answer is the last one I saw. Whatever that was.
Okay.
Whatever that is.
That's his answer?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well,
okay,
not
it
literally, but like,
changes
yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it changes from time to time.
Ironically, that would be Boss's Daughter for me, and I saw the Boss's Daughter T-shirt in your guitar case when you opened it earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love them, dude. Chris Fox is super cool. I saw them. I saw Chris at Fest last year.
Yeah, they played again this year. We played with them at Star Bar ages ago. We actually had to, when I went to the show, everybody's like, when was that? That feels like ages ago, and it was 8 years prior. We looked it up and figured out it was 2016 that we played with them.
Yeah, mostly, the entire Atlanta punk scene, and then also everybody I've ever toured with. And, like,
the list goes on and on.
So many. I don't know. Hit me up sometime. I'll buy me a drink. I'll talk to you about it.
Okay. Two other questions. One, any super crazy stories other than Bob that related to a show that you did or a tour that you've been on?
Oh man. Well, we did this tour. We were driving from Cincinnati to Ypsilanti for a show.
Oh,
where's Ypsilanti? You've got to.
That's in Michigan.
Okay.
Near Detroit, Ann Arbor kind of area.
Okay.
And
really cool little town, by the way. Ypsilanti.
Loved Ypsilanti.
Yeah, super cool, super queer friendly, super music centric. Yeah, awesome little town.
And it was just after sunset, and I was driving the van with the trailer, and I I forgot we were in the Midwest, and on I-75, a family of deer decided they wanted to step right in front of us, going, going 75 on 75, and so everybody else in the car woke up to me going, "Fuck!" And I still like to imagine Chuck looking up in the passenger seat and is in slow motion making direct eye contact with the deer as we just missed them. But then the trailer starts swinging back and forth. We were out of control for a few minutes, and we did not crash, but the trailer came around, smacked the side of the van, and popped the tire. So we ended up on the side of the road in Bowling Green, Ohio for 3 hours waiting for... We got the jack out, and the jack that came with that car didn't go high enough to actually lift the car, so we couldn't change the tire ourselves.
I'm just going to say, I woke up about the time they were pulling onto the side of the road. I was out, dude. I was fucking out.
I was like, why is everyone screaming?
Why are we pulled over? Why are we swerving? Oh, shit,
We're not there yet. Oh
They're like, dude, you missed it. I'm like, missed what?
That's probably the craziest single thing that's happened to us on tour. We did
this year.
We did tour Alaska 2 years ago.
That I think beats it. Alaska.
And I put a hurting on that port. We rented a camper for that one. Ironically, we got a leprechaun was the name of the model, and we're like, that's racist. But
womp, womp.
But I had never driven a camper before, and I would often underestimate what I could clear with the camper. So we had to pay out a couple of small repairs to the place that had rented us the camper. Went over a overhang that was lower than I thought it was and popped the cover off of the shower and things like that.
Oh my gosh. I bet Alaska had to have been awesome.
It was amazing. Yeah, that might be one of the craziest.
I wouldn't know. I wasn't there.
Oh.
But we played a festival. It actually reminded me of the kind of like Bonnaroo and Muddy Roots, where like everybody just goes and camps for the weekend. And because it was late May when we were there, we played a show at 1 a.m, and all the pictures are taken without flashes because the sun's still up. Wow. And so like I show people the pictures, and I'm like, this is 1 a.m, and there were no lights, no flashes, anything. This is just what it looked like.
Wow.
And my favorite from that show too was it was a dog-friendly festival, and there was a little border collie that was obsessed with my fiddle. And she just like sat staring at me playing it half the set, and then eventually is just like, I got to go check this out, and ran up on stage and sat right next to me and watched me playing the rest of the set.
Oh my God, that's so cute. Amazing story.
Now I'm even
Pre
more
time.
You were invited, bro. You were invited.
I know. I couldn't do it because I had another thing.
I know. I'm messing with you.
One last question. I'll let you go. I ask every bandist that I interview a piece of advice for any other artist, maybe one that's just getting started. And
I can do mine first because I do give this advice a lot because, I don't think I'm the most talented guy out there on songwriting or performing or any of that. What I think you need to do to keep people happy and keep people coming back is show up on time, do what you say you're going to do, don't suck. That's it. And don't be an asshole as an additional one.
Don't be an asshole is probably one of my biggest ones. Yeah, don't be an asshole. Be nice to people. Like be courteous, be gracious. You're there because people want to see you. So be nice to your fans. And also tour your ass off. I cannot stress this enough. Get out of your hometown. Get out of your home state. Go play other places. Make new friends. Make new fans. That's.
Love it. Okay. I think we are good to go.
Oh, thank you so much, Gina. This has been really, really fun.